Hey guys, it's Percolating. Have you been on my Instagram lately? If not, you should. It's right here. There's awesome photos like this, and you guys can check it out. Self-promotion aside, hey peeps, it's Percolating, and today we are back. Storytime Saturday with Lucid9, which is just the craziest, which is honestly the weirdest visual novel I think I played on this channel in a very long time. I think Cupid's been the only one that was even slightly close, and this one has more twists and dynamics to it than Cupid did, if you ask me. But god damn, this is a book. Let me just say, this is a book with all the different stuff that's going on. It's definitely reminiscent of an actual book and story with multiple things going on instead of just one focused down thing. I don't know. To me, it seems like there's a lot going on. But last time we left off in a very precarious spot, so I'm not going to hold it up any longer. Guys, let's continue. Lucid9. Alright, so last time we left off on a cliffhanger where we had just opened the door into a room. We don't know where we actually are. We just know Shigure called us in the middle of the fucking night when we were leaving Mr. Ryota's, and now we're here in District 6, which I'm not sure if you guys remember, but District 6 is most comparable to Compton, I guess is the best way to say. It's not a nice place. There's shit everywhere, there's really bad people, and it's a really odd place to be. But Shigure dragged us here at night because of course. So we're gonna see what the fuck's going on, shall we? The front room is neat and tidy. It's neat, tidy, and utterly plain. The only messy feature is a few cushions scattered idly about the floor, topped with several popular magazines. Well, if it isn't the great detective herself. Bruh! Of all the people, okay. Alright, this is already gonna be interesting because this bitch done called me out once. Nonetheless, we ain't gonna get too into it. You guys already know her. If you don't, this is the bitch who called us, who more or less said that we've got a split personality, more or less, is what she was talking about. So now who is this bitch? Alright, I need to find out about her. She was the friend of Elizabeth's who walks in every so often, and she just says some cryptic ass shit, like a goddamn fucking psychologist or some shit. It's ridiculous. Nonetheless, I digress. We'll see what she has to say before I start cussing her ass out. My attention turns to the large couch near the center of the room, upon which lounges a small framed girl. Why are all the girls in this fucking novel like fucking small framed tiny girls? I don't get it. Is it a moe thing? I don't get it. Her clothes are edgy but neat. Although her eyes are deep chocolate brown, they're some of the coldest I've ever seen. I swear I've seen her before. Really, motherfucker, because you have. You've talked to her many a times. Familiar girl. What brings you to this side, Inamoto? Shigure sits on the nearby cushion, stiffly. As always, I am deficient of requisite intelligence. Requisite intelligence. Oh yes, you're always lacking in intelligence. Shigure bristles. Of the informative sort. The girl only smirks and turns to me. The predatory glint in her eyes snaps everything into place. Natsuki! That's that bitch's name. Natsuki Tanaka. The interesting, unnerving friend of Elizabeth Oshiro. The way she sits, the clothes she wears, even the color of her eyes, they're all drastically different from school. But I know with certainty that she's the same person. The angles to her expressions, the tilt of her posture, it's the exact same. Oh, how interesting. I thought I'd have a swarm of questions that I'd be shocked, but I'm not. Not really. I almost feel like a small part of me has been expecting something like this. Odd, especially from Natsuki. Is being a student just a cover, or are you actually one? To be or not to be? Surely that is a silly question. Shigure clears her throat impatiently. As content as the two of you appear exchanging pleasantries, I am here regarding a matter of urgency, Natsuki. Natsuki raises a single eyebrow. Do you know my price? eating her muff? Ah, yes. How much yen shall... Don't feign ignorance, Inamoto. It doesn't suit you. Your almighty brain should be able to remember something as trivial as my currency. Shigure flushes at this. What? Certainly you didn't think I would forget something as important as that. Shigure mumbles something indiscernible while pulling her cap over her face. Maybe that's why she was so quiet. She wasn't angry at me. She was dreading coming here. What would you have me do? Natsuki catches my eye, a mischievous glimmer in her gaze. What's your favorite animal, Ishimoto? And do choose something reasonable, not a duck-billed platypus, yes? What for? She only winks at me. I guess I'll have to give her an animal to find out. A dog, a cat, or a chicken? Fuck cats. If you've been in any of my live streams, you already know. Fuck cats. By the way, if you guys don't know, I stream on Wednesday. This is gonna be a plug-filled episode. Just know that. But no, I fucking hate cats. So fuck cats. Yeah, kittens are cool. Cats, fuck cats. Dogs, high on that list. But a chicken just seems random enough to be fun. Chickens are always fun. They're also delicious. If made right. In the right hands. But dogs are just dope. Like, who doesn't like a good dog? I think I'll go with dog. Dog. A dog, I guess. She smirks at Shigure, who sends me a look of horror. Ishiyama, we will need another talk concerning your pay. Natsuki cheerily vanishes into an adjacent room. When she emerges after a few minutes, she's holding a full-size dog costume? Put this on, Inamoto. Grumbling, Shigure yanks the costume over her clothes and zips it up. Wait, what? There. Satisfied. She really did put it on. Gave me a nice loud bow wow. Bow wow. Seeing Shigure subdued is pretty unnerving. I can't believe that such a proud person would stoop so low. Just what kind of person is Natsuki? Apparently a fucking furry lover or some shit. Why does she have a dog costume just lying around? Would she have done the same thing for chicken? Cause that would have been hilarious. I'm very tempted to go back and look at every single one of those answers. I'm very tempted. Ugh. Now, Yama Ishimoto, a dog is incapable of speaking English, so you'll have to be Shigure's mouthpiece. Before that, however, I believe we have some catching up to do. What are you, an ordinary ignorant civilian doing caught up in nasty business like student murders? I work for Shigure. I want to fight for what's right. No, I'm lazy. I work for Shigure. I work for Shigure. Dear Inamoto picked you to work for her? Oh, isn't that precious? Two useless fools bumbling around together. The shade! Whoo! Guys, it's super cool now. Can I get some... Hey, get the shade out of here. Too much damn shade. God damn. A washed up, headstrong detective who is blinded at the first sign of murder, and an irresponsible, selfish teenager who takes nothing seriously. Isn't Shigure a professional detective? At least we're trying to help. Isn't Shigure a professional detective? I could be a smartass, but that doesn't always get me what I actually want to hear. I want to hear, isn't Shigure a professional detective? Natsuki grins widens. Please, that amateur? She shouldn't be sticking her nose in these sorts of things. Both of you should be leaving this to the professionals. With your level of incompetency, even a fountain of information would be little use. You can't exactly say that the police are doing much a better job. Please, the police are about as professional as taco-selling clowns. Bro, what the fuck? She is savage. She's so damn savage. I'm knocking my camera, but she's so damn savage. Are you not aware of the pathetic state of her CCTV coverage? Why, one can hardly see anything that happens around the city. I'm sure Inamoto found this as an unpleasant surprise while she was investigating into the school. Really, the student's obsession with privacy is just adorable. Think how easy the killer could be caught with a few more camera installations. Shigure visibly grits her teeth at this, but to her credit, she says nothing. I, on the other hand, have to clench my hands against the underside of the table to keep my temper. Bitch, I don't give a shit. It's like, fucking true. It's like, why am I angry? Why is Yama angry? I don't get it. It's like, nigga, you know this already. It's like, you act like you didn't already know that this shit was like fucked. It's like, the police aren't doing good. You're not a professional. You thought Shigure was professional. But TBH, I'm not sure whether she's just throwing shade or whether Shigure is actually a professional, but she's being fucked with right now. Either or is not very good. But no, I don't get why he's angry. It's like, shit, we all understand that there's no good fucking shit coming out of this. Nonetheless, still we want it. Oh? And what are you going to do with it? Look at it because it's pretty? I'm gonna sell it like you. Okay, did I miss something? I feel like I missed something here. Think how easily the killer could be caught with a few more camera installations. Shigure grits her teeth. Says, keep my temper. Still, we want it. I'm not sure what the hell we're talking about right now. I'm gonna help others. I'll use it to save lives and stop this repulsive killer. Oh, how childish. I'd rather be childish than to be a pretentious jerk. She only laughs at this. You're cute. Elizabeth. Akira. Rui. Possibly Mickey. And now Natsuki? We got 5 bitches on my dick. 5 hoes on the dick. I'm done. Maybe I should keep you. Can I keep him, Minamoto? I will She waves her index finger at Shigure. What are dogs supposed to say, Inamoto? Pow wow. Why the fuck is she so mean? I think that means I can keep you. Her treatment of Shigure sends a spiral of nausea straight to my gut. What? That's hilarious. I don't care what you say. Yama, what are you? You're in the wrong mind space, dude, because that's funny. That's funny. Fucked up. Really mean, but that's funny. What a deplorable human being. I don't even have an answer for her. Natsuki evaluates my expression for a long moment. Something in her face changes slightly. Would you like a drink? Well, that wasn't sudden at all. What, are you gonna poison it? That's a bit of a rude assumption. Not exactly a baseless one. I do show courtesy to my guests. Yeah, because you've been so very courteous. Bro, that's not... She continues to examine me, a slight smirk pulling at her lips. Good to know you aren't as weak as you appear. Would you like coffee, tea, milk? Some manners would be nice. She ignores this, heading out of the room. She faintly calls behind her as she leaves. I wonder what our little puppy should have done. I do have a rotten bone I've been meaning to throw away. Maybe she can chew on it. Shigure huffs at this, but keeps her mouth shut until Natsuki has completely left the room. Then she pulls herself over to me, her voice low and urgent. Take control of the conversation and get the information. I can't stand much more of this. How am I supposed to do that? I don't even know about the case. Natsuki has amazing connections. She has information a lot of others don't, and so long as I pay her what she wants, can get it from her. What am I supposed to ask about? Shigure opens her mouth to answer, but at Natsuki's approaching footsteps, she quickly shrinks back onto her cushion. Natsuki re-enters the room, placing a glass of iced tea before me, a glass of water before Shigure. I surreptitiously sniff it, which she catches. If you don't mind indirect kisses, I could sip it for you to prove it isn't poison. I'll pass. She smirks, settling on the couch. Guess this is my chance to ask some questions. So, how do you and Shigure know each other? Shigure shoots me a dark glare as if to say, what does that have to do with anything? But I ignore it. Damn right, I got the fucking... You gave me the mic, bitch! I've got the mic, bitch! I've got the fucking mic. You know what that means? Go fuck yourself. I'm doing what I want. God damn. I've got the motherfucking mic, bitch. I don't care what you say. God damn it. As you may have noticed, we have this symbiotic exchange from time to time. I have information that she needs, so she pays me for it. How can we know that this information is reliable? You could be lying to us. Natsuki raises an eyebrow, seemingly impressed. Inamoto thought the same on our very first interaction, so I gave her a free trial period. She's yet to find me wrong. Isn't that right, doggy? Well? Bow wow. And there you have it. She turns to me expectantly, as if waiting for my move. I wonder what I should ask about. Culprit, victims, links, or ties. Let's ask about the victims first. Tell me about the victims. There are 3 to date and a 4th on the way. How do you know that? A criminal never stops until his goal is met or he is caught. If neither of those occur, then there will be a 4th. Do you know his goals? I know it is not met. The victims appear to have no rhyme or reason to their disappearances, but that is false. Everyone is simply looking at the wrong thing, including you. Which means, well, instead of looking for a connection between the victims, it would be best to look for a connection with the killer. Which is difficult to do if we don't know who the killer is. I wonder. This topic is looking like a dead end. I need to try something else. Culprit. Tell me about the culprit. These are serial murders, aren't they? Oh, certainly. What would you like to know first? Age, legal name, address, social security number, place of residence? She's joking, right? She has to be joking. Obviously, if such things could be so easily known, the police would not be scrambling for clues as they currently are. Joking, of course. There's no way it could be that easy. So what can you tell me about the culprit? Well, for that, you may have to do a little thinking of your own. Consider this. Consider this. The number of students' disappearances has skyrocketed just recently. Why? Oh, wow, I skipped something on accident. Because the killer just got started? With such clean getaways? Then the killer is working with someone. A valid possibility, but think simpler. The killer changed targets to the academy. I wonder. It would be more useful to interrogate a teapot. I decided to try a different line of inquiry. Links or ties. Is this case related to any other cases, or perhaps there's some info that we can merge? Ah, now you're asking the right questions. Okay, this bitch right here. This motherfucker. The two of you have been so exemplary that I'll even give you a little treat. What do you say? Sure, I guess. Natsuki doesn't seem too fazed by my lack of enthusiasm. She slowly leans forward, enunciating each syllable with painstaking precision. The independent killings. I don't know why. I imagine that was supposed to be like in one of those animes when they move in close to be like all sensual, and it's just like and they like say someone's name like Kasame. Or some shit, like they get really close and it's like zoom in on their lips, their full lips, or whatever the fuck. I don't know why I felt like that's how it was supposed to be. Nonetheless, these mean nothing to me, but Shigure immediately bolts upright, her eyes glimmering with excitement. Tanaka, you must. We're not in Narnia and Emoto. Talking animals do not exist. Shigure sullenly settles to the ground, but I can tell this is a vital breaking point. What are the independent killings? For the past 2 years, for the past 2 years, for the past 2.5, for the past 2 years, 2.5 perhaps, there have been sporadic brutal murders all around Isamu. Innocent civilians with no relation to one another were massacred in the most terrible of deaths, left as bleeding corpses in the streets. The only connection was their time of death, which was always at night, and their autopsies, death by blood loss from uncountable lacerations. Uncountable lacerations. My head spins. My vision from the forest this morning re-enters my thoughts. What does that even mean? Were they cut to pieces, skinned alive, sliced until the life bled out of them? Isn't Natsuki implying that the 3 students at the academy went through something like that? How can no one know about this? The police did their utmost to conceal knowledge from the public, lest even more chaos fall on the city. We deserve to know when these things happen. Bitch, you thought. Oh, Ishimoto, the last thing you want to do is tell a herd of sheep that there is a wolf in their midst. The way she says this, as if she's right and all, and that's all there is to it, irritates me. But I have to push it away in order to continue the conversation. So you're saying that this case is the same as the independent killings? Did I say that? That the killer is the same? Did I say that? Bitch! I swear to fucking Christ! Oh my god. I knew there was a reason I never liked her. But I do. Although she never did answer my question whether or not she was whether she was a student or not. I still wonder about that one. Shigure leaps forward, words tumbling excitedly out of her mouth. The killer is the one and the same for the longest time. Hush, Inamoto. Remember, dogs can't speak. Shigure withdraws, a dark glare in her eye. Why do you treat Shigure like that? You can say that even after how she treats everyone around her. She pretends as if everyone around her is trash and beneath her feet. I'm simply giving her a taste of her own medicine. That's not exactly the best line of logic, but I guess if I had the power of Shigure, I wouldn't want her to forget in a hurry. Still, this method just feels wrong. Even I have a hard time stomaching her treatment, and I'm not even going through it. I fucking think it's hilarious. I'm sorry. I love Shigure. She's cool and all. Pisses me off, but she's cool. But this is fucking funny. This is fucking funny. It'd be better if I could consult her. I'm not sure what to ask. Then how about something more interesting? Such as? She lounges against the couch. Well, for one, yesterday you were in a most compromising position with Ryo Hayata on the Ferris wheel. A bolt of ice plunges into my stomach. See what we not gonna do. What we not gonna do is this shit. This is that shit we not gonna do, alright? How the fuck does she know that? That's not cool. Bitch, that's weird. Oh my god. I thought she only knew general information, mystery information, crime information. How can she know about that? It seems there's quite an interesting story behind that. Who told you? You presume that someone needed to tell me in order for me to know. Did you access the security cameras? That's certainly an interesting possibility. Nothing she says is satisfactory. Nothing! How did you know? How did you know about that? The same way I know that you were in District 6 3 nights ago on Inamoto's ridiculous capacity test. The same way I know that you watched a most entertaining, albeit mindless, robot fight at the theme park. The same way I know that your apartment key code is frankly pitiful. 14789. She pauses, her eyes glittering in amusement. Womanly intuition. She's insane. She's fucking insane. It's the same way she knows I have a split personality disorder. God, bitch. Ah! Fuck you. Fuck you. You harlot. You charlatan. You witch. Fucking hell. How the hell does I want the secrets behind her. I want the secrets behind her, okay? I don't give a shit. How I have to dig it up, I want it. Like now. Sakai Projects, give it to me. I want it. Nonetheless, she's insane. I make it my business to know everything, Ishimoto. Really? Cause bitch, I'm not okay with that. I work to speak past my dry throat. No one can know everything. No one. You're right. I just know everything that matters. I raise the glass of iced tea to my lips, but my hands are shaking. Why are you telling me this? Because, well, I have a little message for you. She elegantly rises to her feet, but her eyes have regained their cold sheen. Back off, Yama Ishimoto. You don't know what you're dealing with. See, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Cause I'm a stubborn ass motherfucker. I don't think you understand. I don't give two diddly dicks what the hell you think I'm fucking with. Now that you told me not to, bitch, you can think that it's the law of the internet cause I'm doing it now. Ha ha! Motherfucker, goddamn. She grabs the glass from my frozen hands and heads to the kitchen. Don't forget the animal on your way out. Shigure, who's seething with a mixture of rage and humiliation, promptly rips off the costume. Tanaka, you are with Hope. Natsuki swiftly whips around, staring Shigure dead in the eyes. Then, in one fluid motion, she stuffs something into Shigure's pocket and whisks into the kitchen. Shigure stares at whatever Natsuki gave to her, then motions sharply to me. Ishimoto, we're leaving now. Good, cause this bitch pissed me off. That bitch pissed me off. Oh God. I don't even get to say. I'm forcibly dragged out of the apartment and back into the street. We stagger into the cutting night air, out of breath and stooped over in shock. I take a moment to gather my thoughts before I can force any words out. Why did you bring me here? To be miserable? To show me I was in over my head? To give me yet another reason why I'm an incompetent subordinate? I can't handle her alone. I don't think we handled her together. Actually, that was the most bearable she's ever been. Either my Shigure translator just become embedded with my subconscious, or this woman is speaking like everyone else. Not only that, but she actually gave a compliment to me that wasn't backhanded. Who's this imposter and what has she done with Shigure? Nevertheless, Ishimoto, you're fired. Wait, what? Did she just call me by my... But wait, she's firing me? Yes, I'm firing you. You have fulfilled all necessary services. I no longer see reason to expand resources on a useless assistant. She seems almost back to normal. Almost. But it's too abrupt for me to believe that she's being genuine. If you interfere with my work, I will have to detain you. I have connections with the police I would prefer not to use. But I will if I must. Why? Oddly enough, Shigure seems to falter at this simple inquiry. It's for your own safety. You must trust me. Trust. That's a nice word. And this has nothing to do with Natsuki's warning on how I should stay out of this. Truly, you were my assistant for a reason. What's that supposed to mean? It is of little consequence. You were fired because you no longer fit the job. I clenched my jaw to hold back a pulse of anger, which was basically being an errand boy. Pardon me if I fail to see the extensive qualifications that an errand boy needs to fulfill. Let me tell you my own theory, huh? The independent killings. You know an awful lot about them, considering that they're supposed to be hidden from the general public. You were involved in those cases in some way, weren't you? And when you noticed the two students had disappeared from the allegedly impervious academy, something clued you in that they had to be tied to the independent killings. Maybe it was evidence, probably just intuition, considering that you had to get Natsuki to confirm it for you. Ishimoto, you do not understand. So you saw the students were disappearing from the academy, and 4 days ago you decided you needed to get inside and figure out for yourself what was happening. Ooh, I double tapped. But security's tight. You couldn't hope to snoop around unless someone unwillingly let you in. In the midst of my indignant wrath, the puzzle pieces began to shuffle into place, putting together faint memories that I thought I had forgotten. So you had to approach a student. You had to make a specific connection, someone who wouldn't let you investigate, someone who would let you investigate the school without asking any questions. You hired me before you were officially brought into the investigation, after all. Well, it's true, isn't it? You just needed to use me to get access to the academy. That's why you approached me on the street that day. Go home, Ishimoto. She says this weirdly. I can only sigh in disbelief. Then what was the test for? Why did you sent me to some place that was dangerous? Some place I couldn't handle. But I had, and I did. And I solved all her stupid little puzzles. I had proved myself fair and square. For what? Being tossed away like garbage? No, now I understand what upsets me is not that Shigure approached me with the ulterior motives. I expect ulterior motives from everyone. What upsets me is what she's doing now. Tell me how. Ishimoto. Tell me how, Shigure. How do I prove myself? Give me some riddle or a logical puzzle. Or I don't know, a complicated piece of Sudoku. I'm supposed to help. Supposed to be your assistant. Shigure slams her foot into the nearest trash can. It doesn't topple, but the reverb of the leather against the tin stops me in my tracks. She leans close, eyes narrowed with intensity. Ishimoto, I will say this once. You may think you fully understand the circumstances which surround these crimes, but you are sorely mistaken. Do not be so quick to forget that I am nearly a decade your senior, and I have seen a great many cases that are beyond your comprehension. I speak not of your intelligence, but of your mental capacity. You are yet very fragile, Ishimoto, and this case may break you. That didn't worry you before. Then let me ask this of you. Are you ready to physically examine a body that has been massively taken apart by a sadist with all the time in the world? No. No, just the thought makes me queasy. There has to be something else I can do. Enough. I tire of this conversation. This is my decision, Ishimoto. I will be certain to compensate you for the time spent until now. Go home safely. So, that's it then. Because I'm still young, because I'm too unstable to be seen to see a mutilated body, I can't be of any use. Shigure, farewell, Ishimoto. Let us not meet again. And just like that, she turns on one heel and strides away. For a moment, I stand frozen in the streets, watching her figure melt into the smoky evening air. Didn't I want a quiet senior year? A year of breezing by with my friends, no fuss, no muss? I had always wanted a quiet life, probably something that involved managing the family restaurant, which I had neither passion nor patience for, but seemed like at least the least painful option to do in a lot of life. Really, I can't blame Shigure, can I? No. Some part of me still feels like I deserve a better explanation. Maybe even a reward? After all, I did get her something vital from Natsuki Tanaka. Ah, no, that's right. I'm withholding information from her. Information that I gathered from a confidential informant. Perhaps she doesn't trust me. But neither have I been trusting her. If anything, this encounter only solidifies my decision. I don't know what will happen. I can't predict the actions of the people who are close to me. All that's left is to look around and keep digging. Try to pull things together myself, even if I'm just a random student at a random stuck-up school. Which means I need to start with anything weird that's happened over the past few days. Weird. Such as emails from unknown senders sporadically popping up? Pretty convenient timing when I think about it. Maybe I should send something random. See how they respond. At first, I thought there was nothing stupider than doing something that made no sense, regardless of whether I enjoyed it or not. Today I changed my mind about that. There are things worth doing, even if at first glance they make no sense. There are things that can be appreciated, even if they serve no use. There are things that deserve to be given a chance, even at the worst. But I didn't realize it until it was too late. I had to head back home and get some rest. Guess it's been a long day. I dream of pools of sludge and laughing bones and shards of glass spilling across the edge of my skin. I wake in a cold sweat with my heart thumping against my ribs. For a moment, I can only lie there breathlessly, struggling to recollect my thoughts. It's over. You'll never have to do stupid, dangerous things again. You no longer have anything to do with those crimes. Unless, of course, it's by my own volition. I throw on my uniform and head to the kitchen, selecting some simple fruit for breakfast as I scroll through my phone. Did the Crimson Crusader respond? Looks like I have another email from the mysterious Crimson Crusade. Looks like it. I see. Life as a troll sounds quite difficult. I too would be upset if I was forbidden from forecasting the weather. How do you feel about this development? The plain, honest words are soothing, or they're a soothing balm in the midst of all the deception I've undergone. I composed a valid response. I don't know. This is the first time I actually felt I was good at something useful. Now that it's gone, I have nothing. If I had another chance, I'd take it eagerly, but I doubt I'll get one. I send the message as I finish up breakfast, waiting for a response. This time, though, I'm only greeted with silence. Maybe I was too philosophical. Maybe I was too serious. Maybe they won't respond again. Not that it's my problem. When it's clear that the reply won't come anytime soon, I grab my backpack and head to school. Despite the beautiful weather, the atmosphere is stifling. The entrance usually occupied by students before class is desolate. Curious, I head to the courtyard. It's almost just as empty, only a handful of students are scattered around the corners, whispering frantically beneath their breaths. I notice a solemn Yahiko on a nearby bench, speaking with equally solemn boy. It's such an unusual sight that I creep closer trying to get a hint of their conversation. Would take it so hard. How's he been? Hanging in there, I guess. He said he wasn't coming today. Why not? Didn't say. He's been spending a lot of time in his dorm, though. He won't respond to me. And he just talked with Ari. Ari? Why would that matter? Come to think of it, Ari has always been surrounded by rumors. Even before people accused Even before, people accused her of being the source of the disappearances. If I remember correctly, it wasn't that she caused the disappearances herself, rather she supposedly emitted this aura of bad luck that indirectly led to their misfortunes. Pointing fingers is usually unnecessary, but this is getting weird. She talks to Midori and Midori freaks out, then disappears. She talks to Toma, who freaks out and also disappears. Even Akane. And Shoji too? Yesterday she came up to him at lunch. He wouldn't tell me what they talked about, but he's acting differently. For now, just try to keep talking. Just keep trying to talk to him. Whatever you do, don't leave him alone. Right. See you after class. Yeah, hang in there too, okay? As always. The boy strides away. Yahiko slumps on the bench, dropping his hand over his eyes. It's so out of character that I have to pinch myself to make sure I'm not dreaming. When I decide that I'm fully awake and that serious Yahiko is actually a thing, I approach the bench. Hey. Yahiko immediately bolts upright, all signs of tension melting from his face as he dons his charismatic smile. Well, hello, my good minion. What brings you to this place? That's suspicious. Still, I prefer he not know I was just eavesdropping on him. I play along. Do you know why the school's so quiet? Do you know why the sky is blue? Do you? Do I? He seems back to normal, if this is what his normal state really is. Oh, right, I remember. Apparently the police dug up some body in the woods or something. It caused a big uproar. Why? Well, it was one of those disappearing students. You remember Akane's Tsukino? The name definitely sounds familiar, and it's not just from the investigation. Her boyfriend's a wreck. Poor sap. Her boyfriend. Boyfriend! Akane, a disappearance, a boyfriend who was worried sick. She must be the girlfriend of the guy who I'd fought the other day. Right, they were blaming Ari for his disappearance and I stepped in, right in her boyfriend's face. I told him he'd get over Akane in a week or two. Her body was found? Well, what was left of it? What was left of it? Hold on. Something's beginning to make sense. The police officer, Officer Katsu, was it, said that I was on a crime scene. In that case, when was her body found? Don't tell me. Yesterday, or so the rumors go. Yesterday morning? Yeah, how'd you know? An immense wave of guilt washes over me. Akane Tsukino, dead. I vaguely remember the harsh words I had spewed at her boyfriend. Shoji, was it? No, Soji. How could he be feeling now? You'll get over in a week or two? I'd said that when I thought he was clingy and irrational and blaming Ari. But now she's dead. Brutally murdered in the depths of Isamu Forest without a single soul to mourn her passing. On the bright side, if there is one, I now understand far more than I used to. Why Officer Katsu was at the forest, why he claimed it was a crime scene, why Shigure asked me to go look. Because a body had been found. An actual body. Hey, you okay, dude? Looks like Yahiko noticed my silence. I can only continue my line of inquiry. At the very least, maybe I can somehow help the investigation, even without Shigure. Shoji's the name of her boyfriend, right? Yeah, do you know him? Yeah? How? At the most inconvenient moment, the warning bell tolls. Yahiko immediately grins. Whoop, guess that's the bell. I mustn't have my perfect reputation tainted with rumors of tardiness. He strides to our classroom, beckoning for me to follow. Even stranger. I apprehensively walk alongside him, wondering just how much I actually know about Yahiko Ikari. Whoa. I used to believe that I knew everything about Yahiko. He seemed simple at first glance, as readable as my books from 3rd grade. I still remember how he looked, somehow pulling 3 bulky suitcases through the door with his skinny arms. He was smiling then too. In fact, I rarely saw him without a smile. Hello, Rumi. I had already unpacked and was currently lying in my bed reading some novel about another on my phone to pass the time. I didn't even look up to issue my greeting. Yo. The name is Yahiko Akari. From today onward, I am your new overlord. This caught my attention. I hastily glanced up. The first thing I noticed was his hair. It was bright yellow for one thing. That made it pretty noticeable. It was also cut around his face in swaying layers, like he was some kind of idol. The next thing I noticed were his shoes. Most of the kids at the academy had nice shoes, of course, but his were on a different scale of nice. They were loafers, brown like usual, but they were also etched with unusual designs that glowed with the sheen of some expensive material. Later I found out that they were custom made from Italy. This nigga just goes to Italy to get shoes. Okay. Oh fucking K. Not that I needed to know that to make my judgment. I returned to my book, bored. Womanizer, rich kid, arrogant, neat freak. At the very least, his type wouldn't be a terrible roommate, as long as I didn't have to talk to him. When I think about it now, it really shouldn't have come as a surprise that his parents are higher ups at Luminescape. His grades are nowhere good enough to get a scholarship, and yet he waltzes into this expensive, prestigious school wearing Italian loafers and probably scars from Sweden. Not to mention that as ignorant as he might be at anything of value, he always up to date on the latest pop culture and technological releases. Hey, pay attention to me! Hey, pay attention to me! What does that mean? So you're paying attention? I expected him to explode in a fit of angry entitlement. Do you know who I am? Do you know who my father is? Do you know what I could do to you? But he did something completely unexpected. He dropped his luggage and immediately raced to my side, his eyes shining. Are you speaking another language? I always wanted a multilingual minion. This is perfect. I amended my first impressions from arrogant to crazy. Regardless, this was a pretty good opportunity to have some fun. Can you write all that down? You can't write? Does that mean yes or no? So, wait, what? The bewilderment on his face was so genuine that I couldn't help but laugh. Of all the people I'd met, this guy had to be the most gullible. My name's Yama. Oh, I understood that. Really? Yes, well, it's only to be expected. Someone as amazing as me can pick up languages in a snap. I see. Can you understand this? Yeah. What about this? Yeah. And this? I understand it. I understand it all. Wow, that's amazing. You know all 20 dialects of my language. He beamed with pride. Of course I do. I'm an Akari. I see. So, what planet are you from? Planet? Well, that was a sudden jump. Jupiter? Really? I didn't know people lived on Jupiter. Not people. Jarzites. I paused for dramatic effects before reeling off anything that came to mind in that moment. We are invincible from physical impact. We are humanoid, but our blood is blue. We abhor earthen insects, but have a strong affinity towards animals. Wait! Let me take notes on this. I need to know how to best utilize a Jarzite minion. He eagerly dug through his luggage, tossing clothes, cosmetics, and Limnescape text here and there, in the midst of his frantic search. I shook my head in disbelief. Did he actually believe that I was from another planet? Okay, I'm ready. Hit me with it. Write down the following phrase. Yeah? This is a joke. This is... funny. In our world, that means you're just messing around. Was he serious? That's what this is. A joke. I'm from Earth. No, silly. You're a Jarzite. I was joking. I'm not a Jarzite. I'm an actual human. What? Yes, he was serious. He was actually serious. Why'd you tell me you were a Jarzite? This guy would pretty much believe anything, wouldn't he? Tired of providing explanations, I simply returned to my book, but Yahiko almost hit almost hit it out of my hands. What about your name? Was that a lie too? What? Your name, Yama? If you really want to check, our names are on the door. His face immediately turned blank. I sighed. You didn't see it when you came in. There are 2 nameplates, Yahiko and Yama. Well, my good minion, never fear. I hold nothing against you for concealing such vital information from me. I didn't conceal any... Now, if you may grant me silence, I must unpack. I sighed again and returned to my book, resting to bear with this obnoxious roommate for the entire year. Ooh. Thanks. That's amazing. My opinion of him hasn't changed much since then. He's still egotistical, oblivious, and mildly insane. But he always means well, even in the oddest of ways. Ooh. Yahiko is really fucking idiotic. I love him, but at the same time, I'm now very concerned because he was very serious and did not let me see that. Literally everyone is suspicious now. And I don't like it. I don't know who I can trust in this world. Who do I trust? Who do I trust? God damn it! Despite my frequent criticisms of him, his stupid actions actually cheered me up. Now that he seems to be struggling with something, I want to repay the favor. Strangely enough, Yahiko doesn't give me a single glance all throughout class. In fact, he's completely silent, speaking only when the teacher calls on him, and his answers are correct? It's enough to startle the entire class. On any other day, they'd probably gossip about it. Today, though, there are obviously more important things to discuss. Ha! God damn it, Yahiko! Are you an idiot or not? I need to know! I love you either way, and I'll still give you your stupid accent. But god fucking damn it, this is not the time to fuck with me. I just had to deal with Natsuki, Shigure fired me, I'm going through mental fucking breakdowns, Rui, I don't even know what the fuck is going on with Rui. I got bitches on my dick who are just fucking driving me insane. I don't know which of which, oh my god. Yahiko, dude, you're supposed to be my dude. You and Masato are supposed to be the two I can count on to stay just level, you know? Masato's supposed to constantly fuck with me about competitions and coming to track, and you're supposed to be the idiot who is like, yes, my minions, and that's it. You're not supposed to be smart. Are you being smart right now? Because that's not okay. That's throwing everyone off. And right now, I'm already thrown all the way that way, I'm gonna need you to calm that shit down. But I digress. Back to the story. Classes proceed as usual, but no one seems to be paying any attention. Even the teachers are out of it. Lectures are barely coherent. When lunch break arrives, I'm ready to speak with Yahiko, but a sudden cold voice interrupts me. Hey, you. I turn around apathetically. A stocky boy is standing before me, fists clenched. Oh, wasn't that the guy was talking to Yahiko this morning? And you are? Harubunya. Never heard of you. I try to walk past him, but he refuses to move. I'm a friend of Shoji. I stopped cold at that. I was there when you said those words to him. What do you want me to do? Apologize? That'd be a good place to start. Yeah. Guilt and anger intertwine in a pit of my stomach. We didn't know she was dead then. You mocked him for worrying while she was being murdered. Have you seen the average high school Have you seen them? How can you judge without knowing anything about them? Is that any excuse to pick on Rui or Ari? What about spreading fake rumors? Look, you're not the only one at fault. But would you be saying the same thing if you found that the girl you love was murdered in cold blood? The words hit harder because, yes, indeed, I've thought of them before myself. I'm sorry. Don't say that to me. Without warning, he grabs my school tablet straight out of my hands. I'm too stunned to even stop him. Then he taps something on the notes section. 10 digits, bold and clean cut on the screen. A phone number. Say that to him. He hands me back my tablet before striding out of the classroom, leaving me shaken. I immediately head to the rooftop to get some fresh air. Haru's words echoed and re-echoed in my skull with every step. Your fault. She's dead. Too late. I shove them out as I burst through the door. What are the chances Mr. Ryota's up here for a, just a random counseling session? Is he cool with that? God damn it, bro. This shit is fucking ridiculous. I nearly rush into the face full of plants in my haste. The sunlight angrily cuts into my eyes as I slump on the nearest bench, breathing deeply through my nose. I just need some rest, some silence, some... Eek! Watch out! I jerk upright as a giant monster of fluffy fabric plummets through the air, pelting the space where my head was just moments ago. Suddenly, a very large, warm weight plops squarely on my lap. I feel a tickle of velvety hair against my cheek. Why? Why? Okay. Okay. Okay, sure. Fuck. Sure, okay. In the space of 10 seconds, I have somehow acquired an Akira Karube sitting on the edge of my knees, hands braced against my shoulders, nose just an inch away from mine. I don't even have time to be embarrassed as quickly as she landed on me, Akira jumps away, flushing a brilliant red. I'm sorry, Yama, I didn't mean to. A response tumbles out of my mouth before I have time to think. What? It's fine. But it's so... It's fine, really. Akira buries her face in her hands, thoroughly mortified. I seize the moment to glance around, trying to figure out what just happened. The fabric beside me seems to be a pile of costumes, silks and satins in rich colors, meticulous embroidered, and white lace are just some of the materials that catch my eye. It's an enormous pile. I can't believe that she was trying to carry it by herself. Are these for drama club? Yes! We're having dress rehearsal for an impromptu show after school. You should come. Come and give your undying support to Rui. I've never seen her in such a strange mood before. Akira may be Akira, but something seems to be bothering her. Intensely. Maybe I should ask her about it? I'm gonna ask her. What's the worst that can happen, right? Say, is everything okay? Of course! Everything is greater than gravy, brighter than rain, peachier than the peachiest peach poacher who possibly poached on a plethora of peaches. Holy shit, I got that in one take! Fucking A! Woo! Let's go! I got that in one take! Woo! I'm not even gonna say it again because I got it in one take. I am so happy about that. I did not think I was gonna get that. Whew. Yeah, something's definitely suspicious. I almost feel like she's trying too hard. You sure? Da-da-da. My, you've gotten quite observant, haven't you? She shuffles backwards, clasping her hands together. The truth is... Da-da-da-da. I'm nervous. I relax. Well, that was anticlimactic. Nervous for what? Nervous for what? Da-da-da-da. Isamu's about to explode in 30 seconds if I can't disarm the bomb in time. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Why are you wasting time around here? Oh, Admiral, you have no sense of humor. On the contrary, you should have played along. Her shoulders loosen from her prior tension as she releases a tiny giggle. You strike a fair point. Very well, I admit it. I, Akira Karube, veteran of the drama club, am nervous for a little impromptu performance. Oh, the shame, the dishonor, the... Isn't it just your second year in drama... Isn't it just your second year in drama club? Huh? Anyone will get stage fright. Even lifelong actors get stage fright. All you can do is practice. Practice? Why, I dare say, that's a great idea. Of course it is. So you want to be my partner? Wait, what? This is probably the last thing I'm in the mood for. No. I didn't even tell you what to do. What do I need to do? You just need to stand there like a candle on a stick. No. Admiral Meatyhead! Just ask Ryu. I should. It's an unusual response. You don't want to? It's not a question of wanting to. Then what's the question? On the contrary, what is the answer? What? The question doesn't matter so long as you have the answer. You can find the answer if you have the right question. You can also find the question if you have the right answer. Purple. Eh? I gave you an answer. What's the question? Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, you're a sneaky one, Admiral Meatyhead. I see I've underestimated you. I can't help but chuckle at that. So will you help a comrade in need? I want to say yes, but I decided to play around a little more. Maybe. There is no middle ground. Choose this day which side you take. I recommend you choose wisely. Then no. Please. Fine. Really? Yes. I don't trust you. Why? I said fine. Any man who is so quick to change his mind should not be trusted. I don't blame her. Something about being around Akira makes me whimsical. Maybe she's rubbing off on me. Regardless, I slap my hand on my chest and salute and bow. I swear I'll be your practice partner for this lunch period. Satisfied? Swear upon the grave of protein shakes and molasses, and we have a deal. Protein shakes and... No. I shouldn't even be surprised at this point. I solemnly swear upon the grave of protein and molasses. Protein shakes! Protein shakes and molasses that I'll be your partner for this lunch period. I accept this oath and bind it to... You know what? Time's running out. If we're gonna practice, we should do it now. Party pooper. Akira clears her throat and steps away, closing her eyes. Despite myself, I feel a rush of excitement. This is just like when Rui and I used to play make-believe. Akira suddenly whips around, flinging an arm towards me, an entire posture thrumming with power. I see you have finally arrived, Sacred Starflame. Truly, it is perfect timing. You get a front row seat to the mass zombification of your people. Sacred Starflame? What kind of character would that be? Not today, Snowbell. I shall purify your soul and purify the planet. We shall see. First you must proceed through me. Oh, spirits of the cosmos, bond with the summons of Abyss and heed my call. Expatriate this world. Akira lunges for the pile of fabric on the bench, withdrawing a long, narrow paintbrush out of nowhere. Hold on a second. I'm sorry to interrupt. I need to see what this is. Sorry about that. I got a call from the police department. I feel like we all know how I feel about that. Nonetheless, let's continue. Akira lunges for the pile of fabric on the bench, withdrawing a long, narrow paintbrush out of nowhere. What kind of practice is this? Activate Orion Microcell Abolishment Prototype 14. Yeah, 14. Nailed it. She twirls the paintbrush with expert precision in her hands and jabs it at me. Whoops, my phone's just gonna do things on the side. Hopefully you guys don't hear it too much. Am I supposed to follow through with this? I glance around for something to match her paintbrush, but find nothing other than a hand shovel. I pick it up with two hands, making it as if it's heavy. Angels of light, flyers of freedom, bestow me with your blessings and don me with fitting arms to combat your mortal enemy. Light Spear, initiate. Light Spear, initiative. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Initiate. I'm gonna say initiate and say that it was fucked up with a V. I swivel the shovel around my head, weighing it as if it's like weighing it like some kind of giant halberd. She seems to understand. You are stronger than I expected. It appears that just one blow from your cursed weapon shall wipe me from existence. Of course, you'll have to hit me first. She dashes in, jabbing the paintbrush at my side. I fling myself away, swinging my shovel towards her, but she nimbly drops to the ground. I take a second for recovery, which she seizes to land a solid poke on my shin. Ow! I'll bite your kneecaps! She pulls away. I swing the halberd straight for her skull, but she leaps with cat-like reflexes, thrusting her rapier straight into my heart. I immediately parry with the tip of my hilt, driving the edge towards her, but she easily disengages. Truly, your name as a being of power is justified, Sacred Starflame. As is your name of being corruption, Shadow Bell. I'll take that as a compliment. She stabs again. This time, I'm ready. I catch the rapier and twist it, sending it spiraling out of her grasp. Give up, Shadow Bell. Justice demands retribution. Well, that's unfortunate because it sure won't be getting any. She backflips upon the nearest bench. Absently, I'm impressed at her agility and raises a hand to the sky. Power of the seas, stretched of the sky, intertwined to formless void, and enrich this humble vessel with the glory of your eternal wrath. Could this be a finishing blow? I sign you unto the crimson depths of the caravan oats and relive your ancient constraints. Millennial Arc Crescent Destruction! She flips to the ground and lands in a somersault, crashing her fist to the ground. I fly back, crumbling against the nearest tree. She recovers her rapier, pointing it at my throat. Any last words? I tighten my grip on my halberd, willing all my strength to my arms. Not yet. I slam my foot against the hilt of her rapier, turning it to the side as I roll away. As she stumbles for balance, I swing my halberd clean at her neck. She barely dodges in time. Clever trick. I'll be sure to relate that to the High Order. Oh, I tire of your paltry existence. You're like an incessant, irritating insect that means nothing to me. You are dirt beneath my shoe, a pebble in my ocean, a speck of dust on. I swing my halberd at her and chop her head off. Admiral Meatyhead! Yes? You interrupted me. I was subverting the dramaticism. If we had an audience, they probably would have laughed. But overly long monologues are the best part of being a villain. I break into laughter as I return the shovel to its rightful place. Maybe so, but they're useless. The villain is leaving himself vulnerable for way longer than he should. Akira fixes her eyes on me for a moment, a small affectionate smile curling at her lips. Yeah, I guess you're right. Her light giggle emphasizes the flush in her cheeks. I realize the heaviness in my mind has completely dissipated. Hey, Akira, thanks. What for? The fun. It was crazy, of course, but fun. I'm glad. She suddenly wraps her arms around her body, looking intensely vulnerable. Oh no. What? I shouldn't have. Suddenly she scoops up the pile of fabric and races to the door. Is that the bell? Why, I do declare that's the bell. Goodbye, Admiral. Without another word, she kicks the door open and races down the stairs. It slams behind her, leaving me alone on the rooftop. Everyone's acting so goddamn strange today. All we need is Rui to look at me and just straight up say how she loves me, and Mickey to do the goddamn same with Rui around. And fucking A. I said that. I really don't want that to actually happen right now. Please don't. I don't have it in me to do that right now. I head back to my classroom in total bewilderment. Why does Akira have to operate without any rhyme or reason? She was completely fine up until the very end. Then, out of the blue, she just snapped. Either way, I did have fun. Akira's antics really cleared my mind. I just wonder why she's acting so strangely. I make it to my seat right as the bell rings, hailing another period of gossip-ridden classes. God. That's good. Sweet. Surprisingly, the PA clicks on and a special video announcement by the principal is streamed to our whiteboard. Good afternoon, students. As you are well aware, we have found ourselves in a most tragic and bewildering turn of events. We request that throughout the following circumstances, you remain calm. Rest assured that above all else, the Academy prioritizes your safety. The first matter, we emphatically request that you refrain from any communications with the media. Our faculty and partners are diligently working to solve the matter at hand, and we will deal with any questions aimed another way. Secondly, classes will continue as scheduled. Please do not neglect your studies. Special security is employed to keep you safe. Thirdly, in order to best secure your security, curfew has been removed from 11:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Please consider this timekeeping when making plans. Try to refrain from being out of the school when alone. I expect groans from the student body, but there are none. People must really be scared. What I find interesting is the implementation of a harsher curfew when all the disappearances have been taking place inside campus after curfew. Maybe they're just trying to hide the truth? That, my friend, is what we call security theater, because they do it all the time. And honestly, it's the reason fascism works so well for so long. Usually when things go wrong, people expect harsher laws to keep them safer, but honestly, half the time it's the thing that's fucking them in the first place anyway. So it doesn't end up helping. That's your daily dose of demonizing damned information from the Dalen himself. Do you think I like alliteration? Please keep keeping this security measure in mind as you plan your day. In accommodation, the dormitory, recreation rooms, exercise rooms, and practice rooms will be open for 24 hours. Off-campus students are strongly advised to adhere to similar guidelines. Thank you for your patience. The video shuts off, leaving the classroom in silence. Our teacher rises to the front of the classroom, visibly shaken. Well, that was very informative. Let's continue. I glance over at Yahiko. His face is completely blank, but I can see his knuckles turning white against his desk. Unfortunately, right as I attempt to start a conversation, the teacher calls on me. Because of course. By the time I remember my original intention, school's already ended. Yahiko bolts from his seat immediately after dismissal, barely sparing me a second glance. Even Elizabeth splits from her groupies before I can catch her. I spend a few moments still and silent in my chair, alone. Completely alone. Have you seen Beth? Namaste. Namaste. I'ma flame this bitch! Bro! God damn! Oh, fuck off. This bitch really has the nerve to walk up to me like she ain't just fuck with me the day before. Like she ain't just caused a huge disturbance in my life the day before. Like she ain't just fuck with my entire sense of reality the day before. How dare she come up to me like she ain't got nothing to hide? This bitch really just tried my fucking life. This Morosoka! But you know what? It's all good. It's all good. I ain't even mad though. I ain't even mad though. What the fuck she want though? She best not try me with no bullshit. That's all I'm saying. I jerk up right and come face to face with Natsuki Tanaka. Sadly, not Hitomi Tanaka, but you know. She's smiling, standing upright in her pristine, neat Iron Academy uniform. Her eyes bright and clean and nothing like the girl I met the previous fucking night. I feel a curdle of disgust in the pit of my stomach. Disgust and, if I'm honest with myself, a tinge of fear. You just missed her, but you probably already knew that. And if I did, then I would assume you just wanted to talk to me. Why'd I want to do that? You're the one with all the answers. She giggles slightly behind her hand. I get the sickening feeling that she's enjoying this. If perchance you see Beth, do give her my regards. Why don't you go tell her yourself? I wonder. She turns on her heel and drifts away without another word. I clench my hands against the desk, fighting to keep my anger down. Fuck you. She's aggravating. She's insane. She's undefeatable. She's got to have a glaring weak spot. Look for the giant red button. Look for the giant red area to hit it. Hit it with a sword really hard. That's how it works in most video games. If it's not like that, I got nothing for you, bro. I'm sorry, I'm gonna ask Ari. Maybe Ari has something. Ari, how the fuck do we beat Tanaka? Pulls out a peach, starts nibbling on it. God damn it, Ari, you're no use. What the fuck am I going through? This bitch is causing me to go insane. I roughly grab my backpack and exit the school, looking to clear my head again. I idly wander into the streets, feeling the acute pain of loneliness for the first time in a long, long time. Rui and Akira at drama club, Masato at track, Yahiko at I don't even know, probably his own club, Misaki, who knows, Ari, who knows, and Elizabeth, who knows? Not only that, but no one really knows about the investigations. No one knows the crimes as much as I do. No one knows what I've been up to. No one, of course, except Mr. Ryota. I could visit him, but at the same time, it doesn't feel right. Like I'm using him as my crutch instead of learning to function in society on my own. I wanted to get rid of that. I wanted to learn how to be independent. But that doesn't really seem to happen very often, does it? The first crutch was... Second crutch was my parents. They made sure I received proper care from therapists, stay physically healthy. I don't know why I thought that was physiology, but physically healthy, and completed my schoolwork even when I least wanted to. The third crutch was and is Rui. I intended to come to this school with her so that I could learn to be self-sufficient. Okay, pause. If the third crutch was Rui, and the second crutch was his parents and therapists, who the fuck was that first crutch? It couldn't have been Mickey. Mickey would probably sit under Rui, because she left for so long that he didn't see her as a crutch. So the first one couldn't have been Mickey, right? Here's theorizing, but could that first crutch be the person he watched die? And now, if you remember, in one of the other episodes, there was a picture that flashed on screen for a second that future Dalen talked about, and it was, I want to say it was a girl who was impaled on something. It was a bloody scene, and it looked like Yama watched it. Could that have been his first crutch? Is that the thing that possibly led him to wanting to pop pills in the first place to kill himself? Is that what possibly put him in such a dark time in the beginning of his life? I don't know. This is me theorizing because I don't know, and I'm trying to make sense of the story, but that's just something that I picked up. That's me as a storyteller seeing things and thinking that they might be that connection, but trying to make the connections as I see it. They could be misinforming though, so I don't know, but that's what I think. I'd be able to develop into a person that could impress his parents. I could be intelligent, wise, capable, full of initiative, and I could finally find the identity of Yama Ishimoto. But instead, I just clung to Rui and stuck to my old ways because there's no reason to try anything risky when something familiar will suffice. I need to get over that. I need to prevent myself from gaining a fourth crutch. A sudden strain of piano breaks through my thoughts. I instinctively turn to the source of the noise and find myself staring straight at Café de la Paix. De la Paix. The melody is simple, but somehow eloquent. Curious, I try to glance through the window. To find my surprise, I find Elizabeth Oshiro seated before a polished ebony grand, fingers plodding determinedly across the keys as she bites her lips in concentration. Odd. I didn't know she played piano. What the fuck did you know about her? Like, let's be honest, you didn't know shit about her. You didn't even know she was English. Top of the morning. I'm done. She'd get mad through the game for me doing that. I'm struck with a sudden urge to talk to her, but fight against it. She'll probably just drive me insane, right? Elizabeth is slowly growing to be one of my favorites in this story, so of course we're gonna fucking talk to her, so. I can't help it. I need some company. Heck, maybe some good old-fashioned arguing would cheer me up. When I enter the cafe, Elizabeth abruptly ceases her playing and leaps to her feet. You! What are you doing here? I grin at her obvious discomfort. I'm a customer. Why else would I be here? Then go ahead and talk to him. He'll take your order. I'm on break. She nods at the counter, where a kindly barista is waiting to take my order. Then she turns back to the piano. I only plop next to her. How can I resist the seduction of a mediocre piano player? She colors, fingers curling against the keys. Waiter, tell this person that he should leave if he's not buying anything. Waiter, tell dear Elizabeth Oshiro that I'm about to buy a croissant. Then tell this person that he should go buy a croissant instead of paying his attention to a mediocre piano player. Tell dear Elizabeth Oshiro that you have more than enough intelligence to know that I'm buying a croissant without having to go to the counter and point it out. Waiter, tell this person he is a brutish brat! Waiter, tell dear Elizabeth Oshiro that she ought to calm down and have a spot of tea. Elizabeth is still for a moment, then she turns to me, a dangerous smile on her face. Enlighten me, Yama Ishimoto. To what ideal do you expect one's piano skills to measure up to? Something not terrible. Such as? I blurt the first piece that comes to mind. I can't lose face now. Chopin, I guess. Chopin? That's a tall order. In that case, do you know any person with not terrible piano skills? Many, just not you. Of course, I assume that you yourself are well versed in piano to be confident enough to judge me. So this is what she had up her sleeve. Just because I don't play piano myself doesn't mean that I can't tell good playing. Ah, you must be the same way with making friends. I feel her words like a punch in the gut. I have more than enough good friends. Oh. Maybe I'm just not stupid enough to befriend people like you. Well, I could say the same for you. And what kind of person am I? She spent a moment in silence, clearly collecting herself for a reply. Lazy, spoiled, rude, insensitive. Surprise, surprise. She rolls her eyes and returns to the piano. I try to find a reply, but before I can make a move, the barista thrusts something at me. Croissant? I stare at the pastry for a moment before I realize what he meant. Oh, thanks. I take the croissant from him, dropping some cash in his hand. He returns to the counter. I bite into the buttery croissant as I mumble in Elizabeth's direction. Seems like you had a lot of pent-up anger. Da-da-da-da. What? I was expecting you to threaten me again, as you seem to enjoy doing. I'm feeling pretty generous today. I'd use many words to describe you, but generous is not one of them. Yeah, you seem to prefer lazy, spoiled, rude, insensitive. Elizabeth's eyes widen. She studies my face avidly, a clear tilt of confusion to her brow. What? You sounded exactly... She trails off, regaining control of herself. Nothing. Fuck! I can't even get regular arguments out of Elizabeth right now! That's the kind of day we're having! God! Yeah! I seem like a spoiled child right now. Everything's breaking! Sakai Projects, why you do this to me? Why you do this to me? Fuck. Okay, well now Elizabeth, now you've got me curious, because now you've just opened up another can of fucking worms. What the hell now? That didn't look like nothing. She clearly ignores me and sets her fingers to the piano, pressing slowly on the keys. The sweet, simple melody fills the cafe with a relaxing vibe. I settle back, munching on my croissant. Suddenly, Elizabeth stops glaring at me. Stop that. Stop what? Stop staring at me. You know, I vaguely recall having this conversation before. Because we have. What if I like staring at you? What if I like staring at you? This brings a completely different reaction than I expected. Elizabeth turns beet red and shoves me away. What are you bloody talking about? Her extreme reaction immediately puts me on the defensive. I was just... You can't say things like that. What the heck happened to cool and collect Elizabeth just a few moments ago? It's not a big... Words like that mustn't be thrown around so trivially. What's gotten into you? Nothing. I'm going to practice. She quickly starts plopping on the keys. The notes are harsh and flat, grating against my ears like broken glass. I'm tempted to supply some dry commentary, but managed to hold my tongue out of curiosity. What could be causing such drastic behavior? I said stop staring at me! I said what if I like... Fine, stare, whatever! She continues mashing on the piano, her hair flying about her face from her hurried motions. After a few minutes, though, her tune begins to mellow. She returns to the previous song, slowing her fingers to a tender touch. I like piano music, so this is really nice. I wonder if there's like a sound, I wonder if there's like an audio of just her playing the piano and without the people talking, because that'd be great. I probably listen to it fairly often, actually. I sit in silence, passively watching this transformation as I finish my croissant. I expect Elizabeth to ignore me for the rest of her practice session, but surprisingly, she's the first one to speak. My mother loved the piano. Normal story. That's all I've wanted this entire playthrough. It's a normal story. This entire episode, just wanted normal story. Just normal shit. Not having to deal with Shigure. Not having to deal with Natsuki. Not having Yahiko switch up on me. Not having fucking Shijo's friend come patronize me. Or not patronize, that's the wrong fucking word. Come... angrily come be angry at me? Fuck it, we'll go with that. Just normal conversation. Thank you, Elizabeth. Not a yeah, no. I hold back a teasing comment, intrigued by her unusual mood. And my grandmother said that she used to be quite good at it. So that's why you play? No. She plays in silence for a moment longer. Right as I start to wonder if she's bipolar, she speaks again. There's one thing that people can say that I can't do. Piano? Music in general. I can't sing, can't play an instrument, can't even dance. Why is she turning Irish? I'm going to change that next year. I feel a spark of irritation. There. Again. The girl who controls the future has made another appearance. Why? Well, naturally, then I'll be perfect. That's stupid. Maybe to you. Then again, you wouldn't know anything about perfection. I doubt you've ever tried to obtain it. I just go in circles with this girl. And here I was thinking that she might actually be a civil person and I might actually have civil conversation with her. Shut the fuck up. You're okay with whatever normal shit that she gives you and or regular stories. Shut the fuck up, Yama. Don't change the status quo. Well, excuse me, Your Majesty. Not all of us lowly peasants can be as amazing as you. That wasn't what I... Cheerio, good queen. I've got other affairs to see to. This is just like you. You never listen. Yeah, you never ask. You're insufferable. Thank you. I grab my backpack, pressing a discordant key on the piano just to annoy her. Farewell, Princess Barista. That's nice. That's nice. Was that so hard, Sakai Projects? God damn it. Was it that hard? Elizabeth is unusually silent as I exit the cafe. Maybe she'll finally start thinking for herself. Or maybe she thought it'd be useless to say anything, since she never listened. I shake the thought away. She doesn't deserve my respect. She's already ruined the one chance she possibly had. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna shut the fuck up, because I think Elizabeth may be best girl in this damn game, so shut the fuck up. You're gonna like her. Or at least be alright with her by the end of this game. Fuck you mean? I head into the street as the gentle piano just behind me. Did we get an email, possibly? No, text message. Meet me in the school entrance in 5. It's not about track. If you're reading this, you have time for track. I just realized that's funny. Well, that's unusual. I've never seen Masato acknowledge my dislike of track or type so properly. Something must be really serious. He's inviting me to the rooftop. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what happens. I pocket my phone and race to the school. All thoughts of Britain and piano and croissants disappearing from my mind. Like earlier this morning, the entrance is all but barren. Looks like most of the students are downtown, relishing their pre-curfew freedom. Masato is crouched against the gates, his every limb slack as he traces empty letters into the ground with his finger. At a closer glance, I realize he's writing an equation. Sin 2 x plus... We're not looking at that, because that hurts my brain just looking at it. Yeah, something's definitely wrong. Hey. Masato stands up at my arrival, but his eyes are still fixed upon the equation at his feet. Run with me. What? Run. You said this wasn't related to track. I gotta run, damn it! He takes off without warning. Just what's gotten into him? Groaning, I reluctantly jog after him, my feet aching with every step. Ooh, new area. Also, this takes place next year, apparently. Interesting enough. I would love to know what that it's not kanji. That might be katakana. I would love to know what that means, nonetheless. Masato turns down a side path past my apartment complex, leading us alongside the river that winds around this district. I recognize the area. We ran it almost every day last year when I was in track. The river itself I know very well. He grinds to a halt by the railing and stares into the rippling waters. I wearily glance around as I nudge his arm. What are you even doing? Running! Well, yeah, but here. He says nothing. I check the time. There's still plenty of daylight left. It's only 5. But the new curfew restricts Masato to only 2 more hours outside campus. So should we keep running? Still nothing. He seems to be bottling up something, searching for words to say. Or, we can wait here. Silence. I give him some space. And wait. And wait some more. And keep on waiting. 15 solid minutes pass before I decide to speak up. Masato, are we waiting here until curfew? Damn it! Damn it all! Ain't no curfew! I startle as this fiery tone, noting for the first time that every muscle is rigid with tension. Hey, are you okay? Da-da-da. Yama, tell me something. That depends on what it is. You clowning around with me? What? No? No? What is with everyone today? Why don't you try it? Why don't you try it anything? This? Again? How many times do people need to bring this up? I thought you said you weren't gonna... Answer the damn question! Okay, fine, jeez. If I don't try it anything, it's because I don't like it. If I don't try it something, it's because I don't like it. So just because you don't like it, you ain't giving it a chance? I already gave it a chance. Real? Because I sure didn't see you give it one. Anger flickers beneath my skin. What is with people giving me a hard time? How could you not see me? We were on the same team. We ain't ever been on the same team, man. Is this because of your delusional competition with me? It ain't delusional. I had a fair chance. What is he even talking about? What fair chance? You already won. I ain't won. I ain't won. Are we speaking the same language here? Damn it! His sudden outburst shocks me. Once again, he takes off running. I follow him to the edge of the river, trying my best to ignore his roaring pound against my eardrums. Just the sound makes bile rise in my throat, but I'm able to push it down. Masato stops just as abruptly as he starts. Wait, what? Oh, like seasickness type shit. Got it. Masato stops just as abruptly as he started, his hands curling against the fence of the canal. You know what makes me real mad, Yama? I wonder. It ain't that I'm supposed to win. It ain't that you skipped track. It's that you never gave it a chance. I gave it more than a fair chance. I just don't like it as much as you do. Huh, guess you're right. What's going on in his mind? It doesn't make you any better. Maybe I should have been the winner. But I ain't. So you gotta own up to it. Give it a fair chance, man. It's the least you could do. Something dawns on me. Masato, you're not talking about track, are you? Da-da-da-da. For someone so smart, you sure are blind. You sure are blind, man. I feel rage bubble out of my mouth. Well, why do you say that? Why does everyone say that? You're not even being clear. If you really wanted me to do something good, God knows. If you really wanted me to do something about God knows what, you should stop acting all cryptic. You should stop all the cryptic crap. Da-da-da. Everyone seems to have all these expectations of me that I keep failing. Well, guess what? I'm gonna fail more. I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail again. I'm gonna not stop until someone tells me the truth without beating around the bush. I was a damn good assistant. Any other 17-year-old off the street would have been crap. But, well, I guess I failed before I even got started. I guess I fail at everything. I guess I shouldn't even try. It's always been that way, Masato. And that's why I don't give track or eating contests or whatever a fair chance. I stopped breathlessly, my heart pounding as if I had just gotten into a fist fight. Saying those words felt strangely liberating, even if Masato won't understand a thing. There you go. Doing it again. Doing what? Only thinking of yourself, as usual. Don't give me that. You done again? The shacking it'll go. You done again? You done it again? The shackle it'll is going through. The thickness of his accent paired with the abrupt change of inflections make him impossible to understand. What are you even saying? Shack it. You done can anything. You done can anything. My bewilderment quickly molds into anger. I grasp him by the shirt, staring him in the eye. Masato, you're not making any sense. Talk to me normally. Talk to me so I can understand you. Talking is meant for damn communication. He grips me back, his face fighting to keep solemn. You know what I'm talking about, man. You always knew. You're just pretending, same as you always do. I snap at the condescending tilt of his tone. I don't know. I release him, and before I know it, my fist is swinging right towards his face. He easily sidesteps, but he's clearly shocked. I don't know anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why any of this is happening. I don't know what's up with you. I don't know what's up with Yahiko, or Akira, or Shigure. I don't know. I swing again, my movements haphazard. Masato dodges. His face flattens as he sends a counter jab. You ever tried to know? You ever fought for something tooth and nail till you feel dead? I did. I tried, but it doesn't matter in the end. Eh? Because this is a race where the only boy who can win ain't even running. My mind runs blank. I can only watch as his fist soars towards me and socks me right in the jaw. I can't even register the pain as I crumble to the ground. The wind knocked out on my back as I stared at the darkening sky. Ain't even running? What does he know? What do any of them know? You may think you fully understand the circumstances for which surround these crimes, but you are sorely mistaken. Do not be so quick to forget that I am nearly a decade your senior, and have been seen in many great cases that are beyond your comprehension. I speak not of your intelligence, but of your mental capacity. You are very fragile, Ishimoto, and this case may break you. I ran. These words escape from me in a breathless gasp as I fight to stand up. I ran more than anyone could know. But no one sees. No one sees. Masato doesn't even try to help me. He just stares at me with his arms crossed. In some way, I'm grateful for that. Then you gotta get back up. Get up and show him. He jogs away without a backwards glance. I spend a few minutes in silence to catch my breath. Finally, I'm able to stagger to my feet. The ache in my jaw turns cold from the night air. Why? Why of all days would Masato choose to talk to me? No, not even to talk to me. Fight with me. I've never seen him so intense before. Not even when it comes to track. What could possibly have invoked such a response? I shouldn't have gotten angry. Not at Masato. He was trying to be honest with me in his own way. I should have stopped to figure out what was wrong. But the words he said, help. Help! What the heck? I quickly peer over the railing into the river. Even in the dim lighting, I can clearly make out the head of a brown-haired girl, two flailing arms. Someone's in the river? A guy's voice tears up from the surface of the water as the brown head lurches upward. He gasps for breath, then resubmerges. He'll drown if I don't get him out. I tighten my grip against the railing, shaking off my shoes and tossing my jacket to the side. My hands are clammy against the sleeves of my shirt. Calm down. It's just a little water. I can handle a little water. I take a deep breath and hoist myself over the railing, diving cleanly into the river. Remember the lessons. Cold, slimy liquid swirls around me, slickling up every inch of my legs, and it stings my nose with a bubbly laugh. No way out. Panic wells up my throat and grips my throbbing jaw. I push myself blindly in the boy's direction, my flailing through the undercurrent. My legs flailing through the undercurrent. Remember the lessons. Lift, breathe, scoop. Lift, breathe. The undercurrent suddenly jerks to life, throwing me into a terrifying spin. I pinwheel through the darkness, grasping violently for any kind of stability. No. Something grips the edge of my shirt and drags me down. A hand is grabbing? No! Water floods into my nostrils, burning my throat. My vision spins to black. This is not a good time for flashbacks, just saying. I'm home! Mizu! Hey, Yams. Where are Mom and Dad? Shopping again. Found a new cookie recipe. Uh-oh. Did they make dinner? Da-da-da-da. When they say they'd be back? Da-da-da-da. Okay, guess we're making dinner. Wait, what? Look, Yams, there's noodles, spinach, carrots, mushrooms, chicken. Let's make noodle soup. We're not tall enough to cook on the stove, sis. Oh. Da-da-da-da. Hey, let's stand on boxes. What if they break? They won't break, probably. Here, I'll get them from the garage. Mizu. Yep, here we go. They're big and empty. Perfect. Isn't that a bad thing? We can do anything if we try hard enough, Yams. Okay, first we need to fill the pot with water. You get this in, I'll get this in. Ugh. Ugh, heavy. Ugh. Whew, see? That wasn't so bad. How do we turn on the stove again? I don't know. Because, obviously, we're already in it, but... This is going towards the theory I stated earlier in the episode that Yama had a sister. An older sister, it seems like, and... I think that bloody impaled person was Yama's sister. I think that first crutch was Yama's sister. I think the other really sad thing is that she looks a lot like Mickey. This is gonna be the episode I cry, isn't it? This is gonna be the episode where I want to cry, isn't it? Okay, I don't know. Helpful Yams. This? No. This? I know this. I'm turning the knob, but it won't turn on. Maybe it's broke. Hey, here's a box of matches. Uh-oh. Okay, so we just strike it like this. Whoops! Ah! The carpet's on fire! Whoopsie. It's okay. Look, a little water and it's gone. Let's try it again. I can't watch. And there. Okay, Yama, turn the stove to high and stand back. What are you doing? I'm gonna toss the match on the stove. 3, 2, 1, hiya! See? Told you it'd work. I feel dizzy. Now class, let's try learning how to pronounce some more of these tough words. Open your workbooks too. Someone farted. It's gross. It's pretty gross. Class, calm down. Calm down this instant or you'll be visiting the principal's office. Thank you. Now who would make such an uncouth or rude noise? The person who tells me first will get a piece of candy. Wow, so many hands? Yuko? It was Yama. Huh? Yama Ishimoto, is this true? No. Don't lie. Lying isn't nice, Yama. I'm not. Yama, do you want to go to the principal's office? Da-da-da. Yuko says she saw you. We know you did it, Yama. But I didn't. Don't take that tone with me, young man. You're going to the principal's office. But, damn, I got fucked over even as a kid. Mr. Kawaguchi, Yama was being a disturbance in class and would not stop lying about it. I didn't do it. Yama, lying is very serious. You can get in big trouble. But, Yama, I really don't want to call your parents. Can't you tell us the truth? Yama, Stop right there. Ah, Mizu, thank goodness. Maybe you could talk some sense into your brother. The only person I'll be talking sense into is you. Both of you. Mizu, I don't appreciate this disrespectful attitude. You're adults. You should know better. What if Yukiko was lying, huh? She lies all the time. How dare you? Yukiko is my top student. Yeah, so she knows she can get away with it. Mizu Ishimoto, I will not stand for this. You are being incredibly rude. And you're being incredibly unfair. Yama wouldn't make bad noises and he definitely wouldn't lie. That's it. I'm calling your parents. They need to teach you some proper respect. You want my respect? Then earn it. Come on, Yama. We're going home. Okay. How much longer? I don't know, Yams. This is the detour bus, remember? I don't like blizzards. Don't say that. Look how beautiful it is. Beautiful what is? Outside. Can't even see anything. I mean the snow, silly. Still not like our normal bus. Oh, Yams. I'm bored, Mizu. Take a nap. But I'm not tired. Why don't you make some friends? There's a nice looking person across the aisle. No, people are scary. Then do your homework. But I'm too tired. I thought you just said you weren't tired. I changed my mind. Pfft, come on, Yams. Be a big boy. Look, it's the Rainbow River. Isn't it pretty? Rivers are boring. Look at the snow. Isn't it just wonderful? Snow is boring. Okay, Yams, what's wrong? Da-da-da. Don't say it's 'cause you're bored. I told Sio that she has cooties and she touched me. What? What if I get cooties, Mizu? Then I'll die and I won't be able to get the new Rego. That's racist. That sounds super racist. I don't know whether you did it on purpose or not, but it sounds super racist. I won't be able to get the new Rego City Blocks next week. Where did she touch you? My arm, here. I'll give you a shot. Eep, I hate shots. It's okay. This one won't hurt. Are you sure? Well, not too much. Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now you've got the cootie shot. So I won't die? Yeah, that's what shots do, right? Yeah. Thanks, sis. Can we get back to me drowning in a river now, please? I suddenly emerge into reality. Vision hazy, lungs burning. I feel myself cough. Instinctively, water spurts from my mouth onto the ground. That's right. I'd never been a fan of this river. You! A firm hand slaps against my back. I spew another mouthful of brine. I can't believe I'm doing this. Why am I doing this? The vague shape before my eyes finally consolidates into clear outlines. I'm lying by the side of the canal, clothes plastered to my skin, every inch of my body pulsing with a dull pain. A fellow student is kneeling beside me. Judging from his drenched clothing and mop of brown hair, I deduce he's the guy who was drowning from earlier. He looks vaguely familiar. Should have expected something like this. Of all people, it had to be you. My weak mind scrambles to find a link. You're Shoji. I didn't know I made such a forgettable impression. His impression was anything but forgettable. What throws me off is his face. His eyes, once clear, are dull and haggard with exhaustion. His skin is pallid and unsightly. His hair is ragged, as if it hasn't been combed in days. He practically looks like a ghost. I clear my throat, trying to work past the sudden awkwardness. Right, Shoji. Yeah, Akane's ex-boyfriend, who will probably get over her in a week or two. I feel the compulsion to apologize, but can't bring myself to do it. Instead, I pick up my jacket, staring at the ground. So why did you save me? I didn't. I saw you dive in. Actually, he brings up a good point. If I almost drowned, then who got Shoji out? Who got me? Suppose I should thank you. Don't. It wasn't me. Good. Saves me the trouble of finding some awkward excuse. I feel the edge of his words as he turns away. I instantly call after him. Why were you in the river? He pauses, an unreadable grimace crossing his lips. You're the genius. Figure it out. He disappears into the streets, leaving nothing but a scattered trail of water behind him. I stare into the sky for a long moment, huddled against the slight warmth of my dry jacket. Who saved us? Why? I fist my hands to the hem of my jacket, collapsing back to the ground. Useless. Again. Couldn't even swim in a pathetic little canal. Not only would I have failed to save Shoji, but I would have just drowned myself. I should be over it. I should be fine by now. 10 years. I lace my fingers through the sparse blades of grass on my head until they dig into my skin. Too many names. Shoji, Yahiko, Masato, Mizu. I can't do anything about them. You're the genius. Figure it out. I sit up abruptly, a sudden possibility crossing my mind. Could Shoji have been the next target? Maybe the murderer was trying to drown him? Maybe he knew something about the murderer. But why wouldn't he tell anyone? I sink to the ground, back to square one. I don't know why Shoji was in that river. I don't know why Masato was suddenly upset. I don't even know who saved us from drowning. I wearily hoist myself to my feet and shove my shoes over my soggy socks. The journey back to my apartment is only filled with more questions. The moment I'm back, I take a quick shower, still feeling grimy from the river water. As I soak my uniform in a tub of detergent, my phone suddenly pings in my pocket. I wipe off my hands before I steal a glance. Going home tonight. Parents signed exemption from curfew. You don't need me for anything, right? Wait. Going home all of a sudden? Well, I guess that her house is only an hour away by the subway. By the time she gets back, it'll already be 8:30. I'm fine. Everything okay? I wait, but don't receive another message. Well, suit herself. At least I asked. I hang my uniform over the shower and head to the living room. Plopping down on the sofa, it's been such a long day, it's definitely nice to catch my breath for a second. Or not. I wearily fuck. What? Let's invite everyone to the party. Everyone to the fucking hate Yama party. The fuck Yama, he's a bitch party. The fuck off Yama, you're a dick party. The Yama, you're a cuckold bitch party. The fucking cuck Yama party. The jerk off Yama in his stupid ways party. I warily crack the door open, but it's just Misaki, twirling her phone between her fingers in obvious worry. Misaki? Now that I think about it, she wasn't at school today, was she? I widen the gap in the door, pasting on a smile. What brings you here? Are you about to sleep? So early? What? Alright, showered and in my pajamas. No, well, a long story. What have you been up to? I didn't see you at school today. I was preoccupied with work due to the, Kusunoki incident. I came to thank you for yesterday. You should have just called me. I wanted to thank you in person. Something about her tone tells me that that isn't the only reason she came, but I'm really not in the mood to probe her about it. It was no problem. I'll see you tomorrow, Mickey. I begin to close the door, but she stops it with her foot. Yama, is there something wrong? What makes you say that? Answering a question with a question just proves that there is. I'm here if you want to talk about it. Besides, there's something I've been meaning to tell you myself. We've talked to everyone else. Everyone else has said how I'm a shitty person. Let's add Mickey to the list. Sure, come in. I step to the side so she can enter. She glances around my apartment as she slides her shoes against the wall. So this is your apartment. It's a lot cleaner than I expected. Thanks, I think. After her examination, she perches on my sofa. I slouch beside her. I bought my outburst yesterday. I'm sorry you had to see that. It's fine. You don't have to apologize. I was out of line. I just didn't want to affect your relationship with Ri. Don't tell me you're trying to pair us up too. Misaki suddenly grabs me by the collar, a hard glint in her eyes. What's the deal? You've practically known her forever. I just don't feel that way about her. How do you feel about her then? She's just a friend. She examines me for a moment, not critically, but extremely bewildered. It's clear that Rui doesn't feel the same way. Have you spoken to her about it? She wouldn't take it well. I'd only end up hurting her. Don't you think avoiding the subject would hurt her more? How would it hurt her? She's holding back in hopes that you'll make the first move. It's Romance 101, Yama. I can't exactly do anything about that, Mickey. She sighs, releasing me as she slumps back into the sofa. That was really cool. What it just did, where it like moved in and then like back, and then like it like moved me in closer and then pushed back. That was really cool. I still think you should have a talk with her. Rationally speaking, she's right. Maybe it's unfair, maybe I'm being selfish, but Rui's my friend, first and foremost. I'm not sure I want to lose that. I'll keep that in mind. She waves her hand dismissively. Anyway, mind explaining that bruise on your face? What? Oh, yeah. The argument I had with Masato. I lay my head back, unsure of where to begin. Obviously, I can't tell her the whole story. I'm not sure how she would react if I mentioned that I almost drowned today, especially since she knows about my condition. Got into a fight with Masato earlier. Really? About what? A sudden flood of negative emotions pounds me as I recall the event. I don't even know. He just seemed angry. Kept telling me that I wasn't trying hard enough. I thought he was talking about track. He's been trying to get me to join track every day. But it didn't sound like it. I see. Misaki considers this for a moment as she twirls her phone between her fingers. I used to have a friend in Seto some years ago. At first, we never really got along much, to be honest. Every time I asked if he wanted to hang out with me, he usually refused, so I ended up dragging him along anyway. After a while, I started to think that he might have hated me. I could have just stopped talking to him, but it made me angry that he didn't want to tell me what his problems was. So one day, I just snapped at him. Thinking back on it now, I feel really bad for doing it. Because I didn't know. that he was dealing with his own issues. Her words came out barely a whisper, her eyes drifting to the floor. She's talking about me, isn't she? I feel a knot form in my chest as the memories from back then resurface. No, I'd rather not be reminded of that time. Not again. Not so soon. What exactly is your point, Masaki? My words came out harsher than intended, but I don't apologize. She seems a bit taken aback at my response. It's just, I think whatever's bothering Masato, it must be something personal. Otherwise, he would have outright told you what his problem was. I suppose she's right in a way. It's just that Masato's so straightforward about everything. For him to be so roundabout now is understandably strange. Anyway, I'm in the mood for some fresh air. How about you? I guess she must have noticed that she had brought up a touchy subject. Sure, why not? I've noticed the school's rooftop is a great place for stargazing. We should go there now. School's locked down at this hour. Curfew, remember? And your point is? Is she actually suggesting we break into the school? Da-da-da. I guess a change of scenery would probably do me some good. Lead the way. She smiles at me as she darts into the street. I follow closely, taking in the brisk evening air. We pull up at the front gate, slightly out of breath. I slide my car through the receptor, but it only buzzes at me. What? The curfew keeps off-campus students and automatically reports on-campus students who returns late. So what? Do we climb the gate? It's armed, Yama. There are laser sensors. My card is exempt, remember? She slides her card. Sure enough, the receptor blinks green. Masaki props the gate open wide with a smirk. Ladies first. You're such a gentleman. She only giggles as I pass through the gate. So where to? The classroom building has a side door for the janitor. It's accessible by key rather than card. We can head to the rooftop from here. Wouldn't you get the building key? Never. She darts to the side of the building, gesturing for me to follow. I squint through the darkness as she kneels down, feeling the side of the building. Finally satisfied, she withdraws something from her jacket. It's a plain fabric case, which she unzips and dumps onto the ground. What's that? Shh! She picks up two metallic objects from the ground. They glint into the dim streetlight. Are those bobby pins? Yes, they are. She hastily bends the larger one at the right angle and snaps the smaller one in half. She then turns to the door. I peer over her shoulder trying to see. You're standing in my light. Oh, sorry. I crouch for a better viewpoint. She's unusually focused as she threads the large pin at the bottom of the lock, pushing it downwards with her thumb. I didn't know you could pick locks. Don't tell my agent. What? Why would I do that? Don't post it on Patter either. Wouldn't even know how. Satisfied, she inserts a smaller pin into the top lock, wiggling it gently. Ah, there we go. I hear a satisfying click, and the door gently swings open. Masaki smiles proudly. A waltz and waltzes inside. Well, right behind you. She disappears into the darkness. I step after her. As we plod up the stairs, I decide to satisfy some of my questions. Neat trick, where'd you learn it? It's better not to know. What if I want to learn? I doubt your criminal material, Yama. And you are? Come on, I'm just curious. Where was it? Finishing school? Princess training? A playful giggle betrays her amusement, but she quickly clamps it short. If you must know, District 6. District 6, if I recall, she had told Rui that she had to move there with Satomi. We're here. Before I'm able to ask her about it, she presses through the doors and onto the rooftop. Pushes through the doors. Well, she's right about one thing. The scenery is beautiful at this hour. Despite the noticeable light pollution, it's not difficult to see the copious amounts of stars in the sky. Silver streams of glitter oh my god. I am just belchy right now. Silver streams of glitter populate colored expanses around the moon, smiling down at the bustling city below. Everyone turns into a bunch of stars when they die. If they did something super duper, if they did something to super duper impress the heavens, I guess. This is a beautiful scene and a beautiful moment. But something about the way her eye is drawn, it just fucks with me. The left eye, our left eye, it's just, it seems just slightly out of place. Nonetheless, it's beautiful nonetheless. Not like I could do any better. I can't draw for dick, so it doesn't matter. Oh, this is really pretty. It's really pretty, but that bugs me. Whoever drew this for Misaki just needed to just a little bit of I'm pretty sure they tweaked this for a lot, because this looks like the one that they tried really hard to tweak and it just never came to where exactly it should have been, because it looks odd. Pretty, isn't it? Oh wait, did I miss something? I smile bitterly as I sit on the next bench, settle next to Misaki on the bench. Pretty, isn't it? Yeah. It reminds me of the times we met at the festival. You haven't changed much since then, you know. You're always a strong person. That's a bit of an overstatement. Misaki shakes her head. Her expression solemn. It looked perfect there. I don't know. Honestly, Yama, I mean it. If you weren't, you probably wouldn't even be here right now. What do you mean? Rui told me what happened after I left Seto. Oh, right. Do you resent me, Yama? Of course not. It's not like you wanted to move, right? Yes, but... She pauses, unsure of how to continue. I'm sure you still want to know why I moved, don't you? I would be lying if I said I didn't, so I nod. She takes a moment to collect herself before speaking. Do you remember when my father had lost his job? It was around Rui's birthday. Yeah, I remember that. Well, when my mother found out, she wasn't exactly so understanding. Instead of supporting him, she actually blamed him for not working hard enough. You weren't assertive. You always let people walk all over you. You're weak, useless, pathetic. Misaki digs her nails into her skirt until her knuckles turn white. It wasn't his fault, of course. After the financial crash, my father's company went under, so there really wasn't much else he could do. Eventually, he started working for a construction company. The pay wasn't all that great, but something was better than nothing, you know? He worked himself to the bone while my mother was out doing God knows what. Then one day, he just never came home. It wasn't rare for him to take extra shifts, so I assumed that he was still working. But when my mother began selling his things, I realized that something was wrong. I still remember what she told me when I asked about her. He's dead. He won't be needing it anymore. She turned to me. Her eyes shimmered in the moonlight as she wipes her face with her sleeve. June had died? June was part of the construction company that had to go work in the forest. That realization just almost killed me. Oh my god. June had to work. Her dad had to work with the construction company that worked in the forest. And he either went crazy and went to an asylum, or he died. He had to. It's the only explanation right now. If everything comes up, everything is coming up right now. That's what it is. That's so sad. And so... Oh. June died in the forest, working with a construction company. They were regular people who took regular shifts and were regularly sane and did the regular thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. June had died? God, this episode really wants to try to make me cry. I didn't believe her. I didn't want to believe her. Dead? How can he be dead? But he was. There was no denying it. They said he had overdosed on painkillers while he was out working. I wanted to believe that it was an accident, that he didn't mean to take so many, but honestly, I don't know. He was so stressed, so tired, so restricted. There's an ache in my chest as past images flicker in my mind. We know, Yama, you also did it. I grit my teeth in an attempt to dispel them. So, that's why you moved. Misaki nods solemnly. We couldn't afford staying in Seto, so my mother and I moved to District 6 soon after my father died. I never went to his funeral, never said goodbye to my friends. We just left. A silence pervades over the rooftops as I digest this information. Although I don't know Satomi much, I would have never imagined she would do something like that. I guess that explains Misaki's resentment towards her. Do you still live with her? Misaki averts her gaze, again twirling her phone between her fingers. It must be a nervous habit of hers. She couldn't care for me anymore. I eventually had to move in with my grandparents. That's why I'm attending the academy and why I work part-time for Lotus. Ah. I noticed Misaki's hands trembling. As close as we were, it must have been hard for her to tell me about her father. I feel like I should comfort her somehow, but I haven't a clue about how to go about it. That's mostly Rui's department. An idea strikes me and I whip out my phone, placing it on Misaki's lap. What's this? My phone. What does it look like? I know that. What do you want me to do with it? I was wondering if you could show me how to use Patter. She regards me with an upturned brow for a moment, but then breaks into a bright smile. Of course. Without hesitation, she picks up my phone and expertly swipes across the screen. First, you need to go to Patter's web address. Then you have to register for a new account. What do you want your username to be? Can it just be my actual name? Only if you want to be boring. So what's the problem? I'll choose one for you. Don't give me something too embarrassing, Mickey. Don't worry, it'll only be mildly embarrassing. Da-da-da. She taps the screen in a quick succession. She's finished. She brings it up to my face. How's this? Yams. It's cute, right? I don't know. Too late, I signed in. Mickey! Yams. I call a couple of my friends who are named Sam. I started calling them Yams. I forget how I got that, but I started calling them Yams. It's pretty dope. I like that name though. I like the nickname. Yams. Misaki giggles as she fiddles with her own phone by her side. Now you need some followers. I'll be your first. Followers? They're people who can view your pats. Pats? Pats are updates where you can type a message in 90 characters or less. You have the option to attach files to your pats. Files? I know you know what files are, Yama. Honestly, I don't. Honestly, I do. I just want to annoy her. Files are pictures, videos, documents, things like that. Oh, interesting. A few seconds later, a soft ping emanates from my phone. There we go. So you're following me now? Yep. How many followers do you have? Have a look. Tap on my profile. She hands me her phone. She hands me my phone, and I do as instructed. Wait, this number can't be right. It says you have over 9,000. Hey Goku! It says she has over 9,000 followers. What do you think about that, Goku? Hey Goku! Hey Goku! It's over 9,000. It's over 9,000. Get it? It's over 9,000. She has over 9,000 followers. You get it, Goku?
It's over 9,000!
Anyway. How do you even get that many people? Misaki shrugs, as if she doesn't know either. I suppose it's because I work for Lotus. Ah, that makes sense. I take a moment to browse through Patter. Seems pretty self-explanatory. Write an update, your followers' views set update, and they have the option to share it with their own followers. Honestly, it's not the most exciting thing I've ever seen, but I can understand why some people find it addicting. So what should I post? Anything you want. Usually I try attaching pictures since they get more attention. Okay. Why not pat something about the stars? The patter veteran must have noticed my confusion as she offers a suggestion. You wouldn't see them with my camera. Oh, you're right. Why not? No, you could. Masaki scrunches her face in thought as she glances around for something to pat about. Does she really put this much thought into it? Oh, what's that? I try tracing her gaze, but see nothing. I don't see anything. There, near the tree. There are a bunch of trees up here, Mickey. She grabs my head and points furiously ahead of us. I strain my eyes in the darkness, trying to make out a faint image. Sure enough, I spot something small lying on one of the benches. Is that a cat? I don't know whether to be more surprised at Masaki's remarkable eyesight or the fact that there's a random cat on the school's rooftop. Let's go pat it! What if it has rabies? It could claw you! Don't tell me you're scared of a little kitty, Yama. I never said I was scared. Then quit complaining and follow me. Not allowing any room for argument, Masaki slowly stalks over to the mysterious feline, leaving me alone on the bench. I sigh deeply. I don't know why I bother. Fine, but I'm not touching it. I follow her. I follow her lead, walking behind her. As we draw closer, the cat's ears perk up. We immediately stop in our tracks. It's gonna run away. Shh! Hearing us, the cat lazily turns its head back in our direction. Its eyes glower at us in a brilliant green. I don't think he's happy we disturbed his nap. It's a sheep. How do you know? Trust me, I've been around quite a few strays before. That doesn't really prove much, but I don't have the cat expertise to question her. I'm still kind of mad about that over 9,000 joke. Masaki inches closer. I hold my breath as she deftly lays her hand on the cat's head. Surprisingly, it doesn't jump at her, instead focusing its attention on grooming itself. We should name her. You're not thinking of taking it, are you? Of course not. I'm not allowed to anyway. She says this dejectedly as she strokes the cat's black fur. Getting a closer look, I notice its right ear is clipped, as if it's been in a fight. What about Clipper? What kind of name is Clipper for a girl? You asked for a name, you didn't say it had to be good. What about Chocola? That's not a that's not a reference at all. That's not a reference to Neko Works at all. Chocola? I think it's perfect, don't you? She has a black coat, I guess. That's not a reference at all. And it's definitely not a series I've played on the channel. Self-promotion, holy shit. Is that what that is? Is that what that is? Self-promotion? God, it's almost like you can click the eye in the top right corner and you can go watch another series where I, you know, fuck cat girls. Anyway, I guess. I know that a notification pings redirects my attention to my phone. Alright, I should probably go ahead and pat the cat. I aim my camera at Masaki and Chocola. Chocola yawns but remains relatively unaffected by the picture. Now just type your message and you've made your first pat. Alright. Unsure of what to type, I put something generic. On the rooftop with Mickey and Chocola. As I post the pat, I notice the timestamp on the update. Is it really this late? We should probably get going now. But Chocola! I'm sure we'll see her again. Probably, I think. Masaki stands up, elbowing me playfully. Then I race to the bottom of the stairs. Before I have a chance to react, Masaki bolts away without warning. I speed after her, yelling in indignation, but smiling all the while. We don't just run to the bottom of the stairs. We stop only when we hit the gate, tapping the receptor in some twisted form of a relay race. I win! You got a head start. Still won. You never did play fair. I take a moment to catch my breath before speaking again. Say, Mickey? Thanks for telling me. She looks confused for a moment, but then seems to remember. I should be thanking you. For what? For listening to what I had to say. I smile warmly. Of course. I'll see you later, Mickey. Good night, Yama. She slides a card. The gate swings open. And the gate swings open. Sorry, that was a single statement, not multiple. I head back to my apartment. Relishing the crisp night air, my dread all but dissipated. Sleep comes quickly to me. Da-da-da. And of course we can't just end regularly, so... You know, there's still more. I wake in a daze, staring emptily at the ceiling. My jaw is pounding in pain and my lungs are still burning. Seems like drowning isn't great for your health. Who would have thought? I briefly check the time. Still early. Way early. Ah, and it looks like I've gotten yet another email. Well, perhaps you do have a chance. A chance that you are not looking for because it frightens you. Do you think it's right, Mr. Troll? Even if there are those who mock you or do not understand you? Best of luck. It's so accurate that I can only stare in disbelief. A single ridiculous thought comes to mind. It's as if I'm speaking to myself. But that's crazy, right? It can't be. I was there when the first replies came in. They came quickly. They came consecutively. I didn't lapse. I didn't skip. But there are a way to schedule emails. What if I knew how I would respond? No, this is stupid and ridiculous. I need to just stop thinking. I hope you're right. None of my friends really get what's going on. Can't tell them either. What do you think the right choice is? There, the test. The recipient knows what I'm talking about. I'm so paranoid. I stumble out of bed, change into my uniform, and then dig through the fridge for some breakfast. Porridge, fruit, eggs. Yeah! Kira? Why would she be calling me? Hello? Yama, thank heavens! The relief in her voice is palpable. Is everything okay? Have you seen Rui? Please, 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 please tell me you've seen Rui. She left the dorms and she hasn't come back and... Wait, slow down. She went home for the night, remember? Home? She sounds genuinely bewildered. Didn't she tell you? Silence on the end. When Akira speaks again, her voice is shaking. Oh, yeah, home. Pardon me, Colonel. It slipped my mind, like an eel on a peel. Did Rui not tell Akira? But how could Akira not know? They're roommates. More than that, they're best friends. Unless they got into a fight. Then it would make all the sense why Rui went home all of a sudden. Even if she could only stay for a few hours. Why Akira wouldn't know? Why Akira wouldn't know of her whereabouts? I could bring it up. It seems to be bothering her. I can ask, but I know damn well that she won't answer, so I'm gonna ask. This sounds like it could be urgent. Did something happen between you and Rui? I really can't hide anything from you, can I, Colonel? I should feel accomplished, but the pain in her voice robs me of any sense of triumph. If you don't want to talk about it... No. Actually, well... She trails off awkwardly. I decide to help her along. Want me to come to school? Could you? Well, I am physically capable of walking. Oh, poot, Colonel. You know what I mean. I'll meet you in the cafeteria in 15. Okay, thanks, Yama. She hangs up quickly, leaving me to wolf down my breakfast. I jog to school just as the sun begins to creep into the sky, washing the chilly night air with a hint of warmth. And with that, we're gonna leave off this episode of Lucid9. I got close. I was this close, damn it. This episode tried to make me cry, but you cannot. It's gonna take more than that to make me cry, god damn it. To the creators of Lucid9, you guys are fucking awesome. This is an amazing story. I'm having a great time. Oh my god, there's so many questions. Why the hell does everybody want to fuck with me today? I don't know that one, though. That's the answer I won't ever get the answer to. But you know what? There was a lot that we got out of that. I think we got a lot. There was a lot of storytelling, a lot of really good interactions I enjoyed. But that's just me. Guys, I need to know whose story do you guys really want to know more about? I'm really curious about Elizabeth. I of course need to know what's happening between Akira and Rui right now. Mickey's story seems kind of to me. Like, I don't really care too much about Mickey, about Mickey's story, not actual Mickey. But I also want to know what the fuck is up with Yahiko. Yahiko is acting super strange. He's smart. He was acting smart, and that's not Yahiko. It's so weird. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I want to know what you guys think, and what are your thoughts on the story so far? Let me know in the comments down below. Oh my god, I'm so excited to continue this. Next week I'm gonna be really excited to jump right back in. Akira has put us in an odd place where we now need to know, and I really am excited to find out. But nonetheless, guys, this has been percolating. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.